Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm here to review 2024 psychological thriller Trap from M. Night Shyamalan, also known as a springboard for the R&B singing career of his daughter Salika Night Shyamalan. Yeah, because that's what it seems to be for the most part, to be honest. And she's also acting in this movie. And let me tell you, the girl can't act. She is terrible. Yeah, I'm I'm actually a fan of Manoj Night Shyamalan, M Night Shyamalan that he likes to be called. I've seen several of his movies, and I have yet to watch a couple of them, which I really want to do soon. And but let me tell you, this is not going to be one of my favorites. It is confusing, and there's a lot of loopholes in this movie. I'm even surprised that he didn't notice it. And like I said, it actually does seem like a movie that is disguised as a concert video for his daughter. It received a lot of mixed reviews. Oh boy, oh boy. Now, and even the songs are like, yeah, I'm not an R&B kind of guy. I know I've listened to some of them from the 80s and the 90s, but I'm more of a rock and heavy metal kind of guy, blues, even a little bit of country here and there, 80s pop, 90s, some of the 90s pop. Yeah, that's what I normally listen to. There's a football match going on, by the way. So, anyway, the movie stars Josh Hartnett, and let me tell you, this is an actor who I've kind of like ignored for a long time. I haven't really watched too much of his stuff, but there's been a couple of movies of his that I've seen. Another one that I can't remember the name of it, but it's there in my. I think I watched it last year. I reviewed it, and I really enjoyed his performance there as well. And he does a fantastic job, by the way, showing both doting father as well as a psychopath. And you've also got Ariel Donahue, Salika Night Shyamalan, Haley Mills, and Alison Pill. And basically, it's about this blockade at a concert venue for Lady Raven, played by Salika Night Shyamalan. And the FBI and the cops are basically there to try and capture a serial killer who they know is going to be there, and they don't know who he is, of course, but they're trying to capture him. And here's my point: how are they going to identify him? Yes, they got a tip off. There's a stub for a ticket for the concert. But how do they know who he is? And how are they going to identify him? They're going to check everybody. There is a lady who's a FBI profiler, played by Haley Mills. Very surprising to actually see her, because I think I've only seen her in one of my favorite Agatha Christie movies based on an Agatha Christie book. It's called Endless Nights, and she played the tragic figure in that. But I don't think I've seen her since then. And she's also the mother of Crispin Mills, who is the lead singer and lead guitarist of Kula Shaker. All right. So yeah, that's one of the first things. So Philadelphia firefighter Cooper Abbott and his daughter. He's taken her. His daughter's name is Riley. He's taken her to see her favorite pop singer, Lady Raven, because at a concert, because it's a reward for her for getting good grades. And there they see these, the high police presence. You see a lot of FBI folks over there, a lot of security, and they wonder why. So they're trying to capture the butcher, having learned that he's going to be there. So Cooper is immediately shown. No, we know that he is the butcher, and he is checking out people and checking the security guards. He steals this guy's ID card while talking to him, making friends with him, who works for the venue, and so he gains access, steals a police radio, goes to the back room, and he's got his current victim, who is tied up in a basement in one of his safe houses. So it's far away. It's in another place altogether. And of course he sees the profiler. He's also traumatized because he had a tough childhood, and he is plagued by the visions of his dead mother. And it's kind of like because of her that he actually became this kind of psychopathic killer. whenever he tries to kill one of his victims, he gets these visions, and even in between when he's doing all this stuff, he gets his visions. So he tries to help his daughter have a nice time, at the same time trying to see how he can escape from the venue. And surprise, surprise, he learns from all of this. He gets the safe word from this idiot who's at the merchandise area, and he gives him the safe word. I forgot what it was, by the way. It's actually been a week since I watched the movie, and he learns that his daughter wants to be the dreamer girl. It's basically Raven's got the song called Dreamer Girl, and that time she picks they pick up a young girl from the audience. So he goes and meets with one of the one of the people who are there as part of the entourage, and he sees him standing there with the lanyard, and that's Manoj Shyamalan by himself, by the way. And he goes and talks to him and tells him that his daughter really wants to be the dreamer girl. How does he get selected? Because his daughter's suffering from leukemia, recovering from leukemia, and he just happens to be Lady Raven's uncle. In reality, her father, but he plays her uncle over here. And he goes and speaks, and they choose Riley to go become the dreamer girl, and she goes to go on stage and dance with her along with the song. He does a lot of things. The psychopath is basically trying to escape from them, and he does all these things of knocking a girl down, creating an explosion in the vendor stand where he puts I forgot what he puts in the oil, some bottles of something, and then one of the workers passing by, she happens to notice it, and it explodes, scarring her. So a lot of things that he does just to get away. And finally he goes and meets Lady Raven, and she thinks that the daughter's got leukemia. They don't actually talk about it, but they talk to her a little bit, and then they go behind behind stage where the dressing rooms and all that are, and he sees the lady profiler along with a lot of cops and stuff. So he goes and he asks, "Can I just talk to you separately to Lady Raven?" And he admits to her that he is the butcher. He shows the video of he shows the footage of his victim, and he tells her that he wants, if she doesn't help him to get away, he's going to end the life of this particular young man over there. And so she takes them and drives them off in her limousine, but takes a detour and decides to go to his house instead by speaking to Riley. And then over there they have coffee, they have snacks, meets his wife and young son, and they talk over there. She plays the piano. She asks him to take a video and selfie of Riley and her, and then steals his phone, goes to the bathroom, says she needs to go to the washroom, locks herself in, and he is banging on the door. She speaks to the victim guy and finds out where gets clues to the location, and shoots out that location live to her fans. And one of the guys says, "Hey, that looks like a place that I know," and so she tells her driver to get the cops. And then he finally confronts her. He tries to take her away in his car, but then his wife and kids, who had locked up, they escape through the window. They stop her just in time for the cops to come in. And oh my goodness, the acting and crying by Salih Khan is terrible in that time. And she's got this, I don't know, she's not Punjabi, right? So Manoj Shyamalan is half Malayali and half Tamilian. His wife, I believe, is Tamilian as well. And so she is 3/4 Tamilian and 1/4 Malayali. But at the same time, she kind of looks like this, I don't know, it's the makeup. It's the makeup that makes her look like so different. She looks like one of these, catch-all Punjabi, Gujarati kind of Gujarati Americans who are there, Punjabi Gujarati Americans. She just looks ridiculous. I mean, I know the makeup is very Gary on her. I just don't like the way that she looks, and don't like the way she acts either. So anyway, so finally, there's a lot of things that he escapes. How the heck did he manage to get it as being drive off with Lady Raven in the limousine, and then he escapes when she opens the door, and people see this like it's kind of improbable. I don't say it's impossible, but it's like really odd that he would do get away all this while. Cops come, they shoot the car, and then he's not there. He goes back to his wife, and apparently she knew that he was. She suspected him to be the butcher all along. She's the one who actually tipped the cops by following him, finding out one of the places that he was staying at with his victims, and then she leaves the. She actually thought maybe he's having an affair or something, but then she leaves the token over there, and yeah, it's. And then the ending. The ending is terrible. There's no way. Seriously, it's come on, guys. There's no way the cops would just let this psychopath who's just, you know, shirtless. They try to take him down, and he goes and gouges out the eyes. Gouges out the eyes of one of the cops, and they have to hit him with so much force from, those what do you call those things that they shoot in? Those guns, stun guns, or whatever they call. And finally, he's arrested. He's put in, but then while being taken away into this van, and no cops get into the van along with him, and then he steals the spoke. They just let him straighten the bike of his son, and he breaks one of the spokes, slides it into his sleeve, and nobody saw that. And then he's inside the van, and then he breaks his chains, and then he laughs maniacally. Story doesn't make any sense. I don't know what Manoj Chamalan did, but yeah, wrong choice of actress, choosing his daughter for this role, and yeah, so many issues with this movie. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Most of it is for Josh Hartnett's performance, so I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I'm not even sure I really want to watch this movie again. It's not that great. Alright, that's it, guys. Good night.